Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we have the Dervish Class Event, and I have a special deal for you since it's Thanksgiving. What I'm gonna do is, from now until we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm gonna make subscriptions free. All you have to do is go down and click that red button that says subscribe, and I contacted YouTube. I told them to make it free for you guys. So if you're not subscribed, you can click that red button. It's totally free. I called YouTube. No longer costs anything. You just go down, you hit the red button, and it's free. And I'd really appreciate it. Also, hit that like button. That's free as well. So here we have Sand Runner, triple Sand Runner with a Jar of Eyes as the class event team for the Dervish. Just get your free 25 gems unless you happen to be working on Dervish right now. I end up moving the Jar of Eyes down one slot just to... the Sand Runner starts with 75% mana and it becomes enraged when an enemy dies, so I figured might as well use the Sand Runner's enrage. So put the Jar of Eyes in the safest slot on the team, which is third slot, and it has a summon, so might as well. Usually the best slot for a summon is the third slot, because it's the most protected. Jar of Eyes has a summon. It summons an All-Seeing Eyes troop. And the Sand Runner has an enrage when it kills somebody. So as I went here, I decided, oh, let's drop that Jar of Eyes down a spot. But yeah, the Sand Runner starts at 75% mana. So you don't really... You take a yellow, and you get up like 2 of them. But what I was doing towards the end was getting everything up and then starting to cast, and it would pretty much win. At the beginning, you just get like 2 Sand Runners up, and you can one-shot everything on the other side. It's pretty good. It hits 2 enemies, and it does double damage to a random enemy. So pretty much all the way till the last couple runs through, it'll one-shot, which is really nice. Use your Nisha medals. And you don't have to use a Jar of Eyes. You could use whatever else. Reflection of Good, Mountain Crusher, Essence of Evil, stuff like that. The only reason I didn't use Mountain Crusher is because it uses brown. It's getting really, really blocked in if you do that. Even though it has a Dust Storm, which is nice. And the Jar of Eyes does do an Ice Storm. I know this. And by the time you cast it and you get an Ice Storm, the battle's over anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Jar of Ice explodes brown. We need brown. You know. Reflection of Good was going to be my second choice, but I figured the Sand Runner has such a low mana cost. It's not a big deal. It doesn't really need the enchant. I'd rather cover 2 colors instead of 1 with the Jar of Eyes. I'm covering green and blue. Reflection of Good. I would only be covering purple, and you need like 15 purple, so you know what I'm saying. I thought Jar of Eyes was the best choice here. Essence of Evil would also be pretty good, but it's only green. I'm covering green and blue. I don't know. That was my thought anyway. You could also use a Dawnbringer if you'd like, but I feel like the Sand Runners do enough to where you don't need the Dawnbringer. And the Dawnbringer's just a bunch of mana. You know, it could clean up. I think it might be the second best option. So I'd say Jar of Eyes number 1. Dawnbringer number 2. Probably Essence of Evil, Reflection of Good, Mountain Crusher, stuff like that. Maybe you could find a weapon that uses, needs monsters, or the kingdom or something, but I didn't want to look too hard. I just knew I needed an exploder. Another thing I wanted to say is, I have a Doomed Axe video I could put out. You know how the Doomed Axe is in the Soul Forge right now? Well, I have a couple teams for the Doomed Axe, and I know some of you are forging it this week. Let's get this video to like 50 likes, and I'll put that out today. You know? I don't normally put out 2 Gems of War videos in one day. I'm starting to think about it, though. Like, honestly. That's kind of my plan going forward with this channel. Just double down on the Gems of War. I don't know. Like, start a new account playthrough. Learn how to make videos on my phone. So, killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. and then maybe putting out 2 videos a day of Gems of War, because I'm easily putting out 1 a day right now. And sometimes I'm sitting there like, how can I make my channel, you know, get bigger? What can I do? The only thing I can ever think is, well, just do more. And the only way you can do more is by releasing more than 1 video a day. And most of the time I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I can't put out more than 1 video a day. But then I'm like, why not? Like, I could put 1 out in the morning and 1 out at night or something like that. I mean, if I can do it, I can do it. If I can, I can't. Maybe I'll do 10 videos a week. I don't know. Because I've done 9 before with Final Fantasy VII. But we'll see. I kind of like playing other games instead of Gems of War as my other thing I do on the channel. But really trying to get to that 5K and really trying to make this channel something worth, you know, doing and worth my time and worth, you know, putting a ton of extra effort into and making a real thing. So, I don't know what I'm talking about. This team's just simple, so not much to say, but I do have another video. I almost put it out instead of this. Is the Doomed Axe teams. I have 2 teams. They're both really good. Doomed Axe might be my favorite Doomed weapon, now that I'm thinking about it more. I mean, Doomed Glaive you do use with the Gobtruffle team, but, yeah. I use Doomed Glaive about as much as I use Doomed Axe, so I usually call Doomed Glaive my favorite. But Doomed Axe is pretty close. I hear some other people putting it further down on their lists, but the 2 teams I use it on are awesome. They might, like my Yellow Guild Wars team, isn't doing as well as it used to do, but it's still good in like PvP, and it's still a good team. People are just like hard countering it, but yeah, not much to say here. Towards the end, you're going to want to get like all your sand runners up and your jar of eyes up before you start casting, just because you're going to need them all. And start taking skulls. Start taking skulls because you're going to be enraged. Once you make a kill with the sand runner, it gets enraged. So then you can start taking skulls and doing damage that way as well. So you can get up all your sand runners, cast them, hopefully get a kill. Then anytime you see skulls, you can start taking those. If you get your jar of eyes up, you can cast that, get some more sand runners up. It's pretty easy. The sand runners do a bunch of damage. They hit an enemy, they hit another enemy, then they do double damage to a random enemy, and then they become enraged when an enemy dies, so you can start taking skulls. But yeah, just get your 25 free gems. Hit that subscribe. It's free now. I told YouTube to make that subscribe free. Just, you know, make an account, and it's free. You just click the red button. I told them that we needed free subscriptions, so now it's free. So hit subscribe. It's free. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. And I'll see y'all tomorrow or maybe later today. 50 likes. Peace.